How are you?
I'm okay.
Prachtig.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to DNA, which is
Aye, aye.
Dion and Armand, or Armand and Dion.
So, we promised ourselves last week we're not going to talk about negative stuff in the countries.
There's just too much of it, and there's always going to be negative news. So we're going to try and keep it a bit more on the happy, positive note today. We're going to try.
Yeah. So I saw now our weather that we are the maximum of 34 today,
Yeah, it's hot.
and we might expect rain around 3:30 this afternoon. Thunder
Yeah,
showers or whatever.
yeah, that's very possible. And tomorrow there's a lot of rain coming, and the temperatures is taking quite a dip as well. I think it's like 20, low in the low 20s.
I thought we're going to have a
Oh, Monday.
second, what they call it, a second heat wave, but seems like not.
Yeah, but it's South Africa is a funny place. I mean, a heat wave will come and say, "Hey, I'm not passing here," and side skip us a bit.
Yeah. uh, but in any
Yeah,
case, we thought we can maybe talk about some holiday destinations in South Africa. Those people that's from over the seas, they can come and enjoy. Even people in South Africa, there's some very nice places that you can go to. Like for instance, we were at Dube, just outside of Pretoria, well, just outside Brits,
mm,
in the northwest. There's a place called Dube. Awesome little place, like a nature reserve. You can walk. Swimming pools are awesome for kids, though. Slides, very very nice.
true. And Dubai is in majority a caravan park,
Mm.
in a little bush environment. So it's like a little game reserve, not the big five game, but a little game that like basic bucks and deers and stuff. It is safe to like walk there up to a certain degree. I mean, you don't want to go tickle the animals and stuff like that. It's still wild.
A giraffe's ball sack. You know.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, but it's still fun. And I mean, okay, let's put it in majority. I mean, in South Africa, you've got two type of options. Now you can have your holiday in the bush or at the sea, at the ocean.
Yeah.
No, that's basically it. No, there's
And
no.
for each of them, there's two options again. You either have at the bush caravan, chalet, or at the sea caravan, or tent camping,
Yeah, camping.
or motel, hotel,
Yeah, or
chalet.
fixed structure. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way. Yeah. So there's no ski slopes and stuff like that in South Africa because snow is like a myth here. They did say so every now and then there's a bit of snow falling here and there, but it's not snow like overseas snow. It's like a little bit of fluff falling from the sky, but it's not often and it's not a lot.
Here we call it hail.
Yeah, the hail is lots of golf balls and cricket balls.
Yeah. Yes, a very nice trip to do as well. Because for me, what's that one there? The East Coast,
Yeah,
South Coast. It's congested. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like congested places.
that's like KZN basically,
yeah.
KwaZulu Natal.
Yeah.
the,
KwaZulu Natal.
the South Coast more. Yeah.
Yes. So
Well,
it's nice. I mean, if you can go out of season a little bit, there's also some very good places like Happy Wanderers Caravan Park. It's a very, very nice place to go for a holiday. Also, it's got the restaurants and camping, chalets or bungalows or whatever they call it, and that's on the beach, right on the beach.
that is nice. And I do think in the South Coast, like KZN and so on, the further you move out of or away from Durban city centre, the further you move away, the more nicer and calmer and quieter places you'll probably find. Not as busy as
Yeah.
I'm going to say Durban because that's basically the center point.
Yeah, like
The main
you
attraction.
get your big places like Margate, it's very busy there. If you go down, you get, I think Ramsgate is also quite busy, but then if you skip a few past the Wild Coast there, you get Jeffreys Bay and all those Knysna, and then it becomes very busy
Yeah,
again.
when you get to the West Coast and so on, because not West Coast, it's probably the West
Yeah,
Coast,
well,
but
then
yeah,
on Cape, South Coast, just before Point.
because actually as a country we've got, for the size of our country, we've got an enormous coastline because we're on the point of Africa, obviously. So we've got them on both sides.
Yeah,
So it is a big coastline, and there's a lot of places. But to find the nice, quiet, smaller places, you really have to like do your homework a bit, look around and search for them. And places not as famous but quite nice. I mean, there's a lot of places. I mean, the coastline is long, and the entire coastline belongs to someone, not one person. But there's a lot of a lot of nice little places where you can
Yeah.
find.
Oh, well, if you want to do West Coast, I mean, there's a whole tour that you can go down from what's that place? Oh, basically on the border of Namibia,
Mm.
on the coast, on the West Coast. You get Honetlebaai. You drive next to the coast all the way down up to real civilization. You get close to Melkbosstrand, or what's that other place? Bloubergstrand. Otherwise, you never more than 200 meters from the sea. Because it's a dirt road. You have to have a 4x4 type of thing. I can't do it with my Pigo. But you'll drive next to the coast from the border of Namibia all the way down till you get to Blouberg, and then you can go a bit more inside to Potchefstroom, Stellenbosch. It's awesome. That's a lekker tour. But obviously, it's dry camping. You have to take your own toilet or dig a hole. And you have to your own water. You don't have power, so you have to have like a little solar if you need it, or stuff like that. But it's dry camping, basically straight through. Awesome, very very nice.
Yeah, and I think what's also nice about the West Coast is all those little fishermen's towns with the little fishing boats, and it's like a real retro effect.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the fish and chips and the little fish shops and so on.
Fresh.
I mean, you watch them take the fish out from the little boats when they just caught it in sea. They come, they sell it to the people that bakes it or cooks it for you. It's really nice. Yeah. Or you can.
Brilliant. I mean, the water is so clean. It's cold as hell.
Yeah, that's why there's not so many people. I believe it's just the water's too cold for them.
Yeah, yes, but it's such a lekker thing to do. Tour the West Coast. It's very very nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
If you go to Uniondale, there's a big spook story about Uniondale.
Yeah.
If you drive a certain time of the year, I think it's Easter weekend.
Yeah, Easter weekend.
Yeah, if you drive over Easter weekend and you drive on a certain road to Uniondale, there's a spook lady that will just get into your car. You'll still drive, and then the next moment you'll see her, and then she'll just disappear.
Yeah.
I've never experienced it, but
no, there's a couple of variants of the story. I mean, some people say she hitchhikes. Yeah, and it's weird. A lot of stories. People say they've seen her, but there's no real evidence and so on. But it's what makes it what it is,
Yeah, but they're from Uniondale. You get can't remember that specific town. But anyways, from Uniondale, you get the Baviaanskloof route that you can do as well. Also, it's like a bit of dry camping here and there. There's a chalet or a bungalow that you can stay in, and you can camp this Baviaanskloof road. You go through the nature reserve on the other side. I think it's the town Potensie. Then you're close to George, if I'm not mistaken, but you go from inland, you drive this route through the mountains and all that, and you get to the other side, which is ocean again. That's also a very, very nice place. Very lekker to go and do for 5-6 days. I mean, it's not a 3-week tour. I mean, you can do the whole route in one day if you really want to, or 2 days, but slow it down. Slow it down.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun. So, and I mean, on let's call it the south coast or the east coast again. I mean, it goes all the way up to Mozambique again on the other side. So from border to border. Well, not the same country, but there's a couple of countries in between.
Yeah.
But we've got a vast coastline with a lot of different, I don't know what they call it,
Sceneries.
vegetation and
Yeah.
sceneries. There's like tree plantations. There's only shrubs on the one side, on the other side it's different vegetations of different sorts of landscapes. But it's fun. It's beautiful. I mean, you get different sorts of scenarios in different parts of the country.
Recently we were at Kwesi Bay, basically,
Yeah.
or just under Kwesi Bay.
Mm.
It's, I don't know, maybe they call it the North Coast, because I think from Durban upwards it's more North Coast, or is it East Coast?
It's more the east side, so it's probably.
Yeah. Oh well. But there's a lot of, from Durban, or let's say more Hammansomtoti and those places upwards, it becomes more like rural, and it's also more camping exclusive for 4x4 owners, basically, and all that
mostly
stuff. And then if you go into Mozambique, myself won't do Ponta Malangana and the Ora again, because they built a tar road straight into the town there. So all the younger people go there with their BMWs and GTIs, and it's becoming like a Margate. So for me,
Yeah.
I won't go there anymore. But if you go a bit more north to Maputo side, I won't go into Maputo again. Even further north of Maputo, there's awesome places in Mozambique.
Yeah.
We've got Botswana.
And I mean, even in Mozambique, we're outside of South Africa now, but even if you go way north in Mozambique, that becomes very rural and then concluded.
Yeah, but there's very nice places that you can go to have a lekker vacation.
That's the thing. That's secluded. There's nobody to bother you. You're very secluded.
I won't go too far north in Mozambique, though.
Yeah, it is dangerous.
Yeah, that's very dangerous now. But in any case, but Mozambique is a very lekker, nice holiday destination as well. But in South Africa, there's so many places. There's Nice now. There's it's like little secluded towns where you can do stuff. Here on the Drakensberg, we've got Little Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I think there it actually snows a little bit in the winters.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of holiday destinations and clubs that you can go to and have a lekker vacation. You guys used to go to Mabalingwe a lot as well.
Well, Mabalingwe, we've been there. That's obviously not coastline anymore, but we're away from the coastline now.
Yeah, but it's far.
But that's also wild. There's also
it's not far. Sorry.
No, it's not that far. It's here in Limpopo. It's a bordering province. So it's not that far. About an hour's drive. Also, you get a lot of wild animals. Also, bushveld. There you've got the option either chalets or camping. More chalets though. It's more fixed buildings and camping sites.
Okay.
Also, once again, not a big fun, but there's dangerous stuff. So you don't walk around. There's hippos and rhinos and and elephants. Yeah. So yeah, you don't walk around there, but it's nice. And the nice thing about some of these holiday places in the bushveld is that some of like the smaller game, like the deers and so on, they actually walk between the buildings where the houses.
Yeah, they tame.
And some of the other places, some of them, not as many, but the elephants and the rhinos can also like access between. So some places where you stay in chalets and little houses and so on, you still need to be vigilant when you go outside because there might be big game standing there.
Now, there might be something with a bigger horn than yourself.
Yeah, it might be a bit dangerous. But that's South Africa. I mean, it's the bush. You experience it full on firsthand.
And obviously, one of my favorite places to go to, I haven't been there in a while, is the Kruger National Park. I think that's one of our biggest landmarks that we have in South Africa as well. That's Big Five country. That's camping, chalets. There's private lodges. Yeah. There's a bunch of like game reserves all around that's connected to the Kruger National Park, and that's big. That place is
just enormous. Yeah.
I mean,
obviously the biggest.
I don't want to say whatever, but I think it's 150 kilometers long, and I don't know how wide it is. But it's a huge place.
It's very big.
And there you get also all different kinds of sceneries, from like your tropical, very green bushiness, and then if you go a bit more north, it's much more dry and deserty like type of thing. That's a nice place. I
Yes.
miss there, but we have one closer where you often go to.
Yeah, we've got the Pilanesberg National
Sun
Park,
City.
which is
Yeah.
right next to Sun City,
Yeah.
as a matter
It's
of fact.
also a very good place to go if you've got some moolah. If you need guides,
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah.
Talk to us. But yeah, that's true. I mean, Pilanesberg is also it's a fairly big place, not as big as the Kruger National Park, but it's not small like some of the other game reserves. It's got the entire Big Five, got all the animals. It's got some nice dams, big dams, small dams. It's got mountains. It's got like it's got all the vegetation, all the scenarios
Yeah.
and landscapes. So that is very nice, and it's a lot closer to us. So it's an hour and a half drive
Yeah.
from us, from Gauteng, which is like the central province or the main
And
province.
there you have 4 different camping and chalet sites.
Well, there's a few actually. I mean, there's a few actual camping sites. One at the bottom, it's Bakhatla. Then there's Manyane. Even though some of these sites experienced fires lately, but they are rebuilding some of them. They're not entirely gone. There's Bakhatla and Manyane. Both have got camping sites and a couple of chalets, mostly for camping there. Bakhatla, Manyane. Then there's Bakubung,
which I think it's one of the more fancier type of ones. Bakubung.
Bakubung is Bakubung not the one that's inside the park? It's not on the border where you can access from the outside. You have to go into the park, I think.
Yeah.
So in other words, when it's closing time, you can't actually leave the site or the game reserve. You're in there till the next morning when the gates open. So that's a bit of exclusivity.
Yeah.
And then what's the one with? There's one where there's no camping, and Bakubung I think is mostly chalets, but there's a couple of camping sites. Also next to Little Dam inside the park. And then I can't remember all the names now. It's funny names, but there's a nice, modern, and fancy, and upper class site as well.
Yeah.
The one with the tunnel to the lookout point.
Yeah, that's the one that my parents and they wanted to go to the other day, I think, and then they cancelled because my dad had to go overseas. But then there's also no, I'm having a brain fart.
It happens.
Yeah, well, there's Dikololo as well, which is also just here outside Brits, also like a game reserve type of thing. Small game, not dangerous games. Although they have the eland, so don't mess with them. But
I mean, the eland is
dangerous.
It's game, but it's bigger than a bull, like a normal cows, like these cattle.
Yeah.
Bigger than those bulls. It's a big thing.
Yeah, and then we have awesome places like Orobi Gorge. Orobi Gorge is a beautiful scenery with a waterfall and a river. It's Storm River. That's now at the coast again. Storms Rivier.
Oh.
That's very beautiful. I'm looking for a specific.
But while you're looking, I mean, here in Limpopo, in the Waterberg region and so on, I mean, that's a lot of game farms. And a lot of camping sites and holiday resorts and so on.
Yeah,
and most of them are private. It's not like it's state owned or anything like that. But there's a lot of options, and that's what's the nice thing about Gauteng, which is the central province or the central hub of the country, is it's so close, and there's a lot of options where you can go and have a holiday. And the people, it is Africa, so you get a lot of people that prefer the sea and the ocean. They want to go there mostly, and then there's a lot of people that prefer the bush. And that's us mostly. We're the bush prefer people.
Yeah.
Preference. And it's so close. There's many options close. I mean, like you said earlier, to Brits, which is like a half an hour from here.
Yeah.
And there's little small game farms right here.
All over the show.
Yeah.
And there's Magaliesberg where you can play golf. And there's little bits of animals, chalets. The other one place I was thinking about now was Galagadi Game Reserve.
Yeah.
That's also a massive game reserve. It's on the border of Namibia and Botswana. So from the game reserve, you can actually drive into Botswana. I won't suggest it. But then there's a border post for Namibia inside the game reserve. So your three main camps there is Tweerivier, Mata Mata, and Nosop. And it's desert country there. So you get more of your Gemsbok. Your lions there are massive, huge lions. Cheetahs. There might be some leopards, but it's not really leopard country.
Yeah.
Although cheetahs, you get a lot of this, hundreds of impalas and all that stuff. But it's hot. There, everything wants to kill you. If you lift a rock, you'll die. If you don't lift that rock, you'll die later. That's hard country. I don't think there's chalets really. It's mostly that's just camping. There might be some chalets at Tweerivier, which is where your entrance gate is basically to the reserve. That's also very nice, and that's close to Orobi Gorge, which is a very beautiful space and place to go to.
Yes, and then also, what's the national park that's in the Cape or the Eastern Cape? Also a fairly big one.
I think isn't that Stormserpico? Well, it's a national park, but I don't think it's Adu.
Yeah,
Adu Elephant Park
as well. I mean, and there's also various landscapes and camping sites and so on.
Yeah, that's also a very greenish, nice place.
That is. So there's a lot of options in the country to go have a holiday. I mean, South Africa is a fairly big country. Not the biggest, not one of the biggest in the world, but when it comes to holiday spots and nature reserves and so on, there's quite a lot. And it's nice. I mean, who wouldn't like it?
No, we have so much scenery that I haven't seen all the places in South Africa. I've been to a lot of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, definitely not. I'd like to go to all of them. So once again, if you want to tour or go on holiday, you know, we've seen a lot of places.
Yeah. But it's nice. Even if you want to have a good time, there's Warmbad. Warmbad is one of the places where you can just camp and chalet and you can swim.
Yeah.
That's basically what they call it, the Arctic Café.
Yeah. Tenkariba and those places.
It's a more warm swimming pool type of place. There's Lakers, Libertas.
That's more. It's more in a little town, so it's not entirely out in the bush. It's like camping. If someone has like a caravan or a tent and they just want to just break away, not go totally into the bush, into the wild, they'll go to these little holiday spots and so on. Nice for people or young couples, young families with little kids and so on. Lots of things for the kids to do. A lot of fun.
But for me, once again, Dube, it's awesome for the kids.
Yeah,
you must see the swimming pools. It's brilliant. And it's close. It's really
close.
not far. And then, what's the one that you mentioned at Sun City now?
The nice thing about Sun City is that obviously a lot of the tourists to South Africa visit Sun City because they've got a little airport. It's upmarket and it's next to the game reserve. The game reserve.
That's right,
Pilanesberg. So they get to see the bush. And they have these 5-star hotels there and the chalets and everything. They've got Valley of the Waves.
They've got a fucking ocean.
It's in the middle of the bush with that man-made ocean waves things, which is awesome. And it's also, once again, they also experienced a fire recently. Fires everywhere, but anyway. And it's pretty big, and it's a 5-star accommodation, but not the whole of Sun City. There is some more affordable places.
Stayed at the Cascades, I think, once.
Yeah.
Where it's chalets, houses, small houses for you. It's got its own swimming pool. They've got a hotel there.
Yeah.
I can't remember the hotel's name. And then they've obviously got the Lost City Palace or whatever, where you can go and stay, which is a bit more expensive. So you can see basically most of Sun City on that one movie, Blended, with Adam Sandler and Drew. They were at Sun City at that stage. And it's awesome. They've got a lot of daily activities and stuff you can do and rides and slides. And casinos and restaurants and movies. So there's a lot of excursions to do as well.
It is nice.
Yeah.
And also a South African movie, Leon Schuster's movie, man. Oh, it's also shot there in Sun City. One of them, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot. And Sun City is big, and you don't always get to see the whole picture because, I mean, behind the scenes almost, there's a little entire community of the employees of Sun City.
Yes.
And it's like their living quarters, not quarters, it's like a hotel flat block almost with their own swimming pool. The kids of the employees there, they get access to like Valley of the Waves
and
and
they
so on.
have school there.
They've got a high school. They don't have a primary school. The primary school, the kids in the morning take a bus to Rustenburg. They go to 6 o'clock in the morning. They get on a bus. They go to primary school in Rustenburg, and then they come back in the afternoon.
As a contractor, I've worked there once quickly, and then we drove through that whole. They've got workshops. They've got a whole place that you don't see from eyes view from Sun City, but it's a huge town. It's almost as big as Sunnyvale, just where the people live and stay with houses, and they've got workshops, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. It's awesome actually, and it's quite organized.
And the nice thing about it is almost like a security estate. So the kids go out and they play and they swim and do whatever, because where all the swimming pools are, there's lifeguards and everything, so they're safe everywhere.
Yes.
And when the sun goes down, the kids go home. So you don't really know where the kids are. It's one of those few places where that's still possible.
Yeah, the kids disappear, but not in a bad way.
In a good way. I mean, that's a nice. It's a nice little community to be in if you've got the opportunity. Obviously, it's only the people that work there, but yeah.
No, but it's a very, very nice place. But we used to have a Marula Sun, but we were there the last time. I don't know. That's not that busy anymore.
Marula Sun?
The one. It's basically a gambling place.
Oh, the Carousel.
Oh, Carousel. Sorry, Carousel. Yeah, so we've got nice carousels or gambling places as well. Carousel, it's not that busy anymore, but next to the airport,
isn't that Marula Sun?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
But there's a big one there as well.
Yeah, next to our Tambu, there's a very nice one. Inside, it looks Italian type of vibe, and it always looks night. So you don't know what outside, if it's dark or day or whatever, because the vibe inside, very nice restaurant.
And it looks like a little Italian town inside with the buildings and the roof paintings looking like the sky and so on.
Yeah, and then there's also one at Four Ways.
Between those two, it's more Marula Sun and Monte Casino is the other one.
Monte Casino, as
Yeah.
But there's also the Palace or a Palace or something. Well,
isn't one of those more Rustenburg's direction? One of those big ones? I can't remember which one.
Well, we were at the one at Four Ways, which is basically in Joburg, and we were at the one in next to our Tambu, which is also Joburg, but just on the other side. And then there's lots of smaller ones. I know Menlyn opened a wing where it's basically casinos.
Yeah,
I wasn't there yet.
Menlyn Main, I think, or something like that.
Menlyn is too big, too congested. So
I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, I don't go there.
I mean, there's a lot of options. But that's not exactly a holiday, but there's a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment-wise, sorry.
I mean, and even here closer in mid-city, there's this little camping spot here, Juisbakker. But I think that's more, it's not really a holiday spot. It's more people traveling great distances. It's like a halfway stop when you're going camping somewhere far. So like from the one side of the country to the other, you come, you spend the night there, and the next morning you drive further.
Yeah, it's a halfway thing. But yeah, there's a lots of places. I mean, up to the west, you don't really want to go there because I not really want to go there, but there's not much to do. There's towns like Springbok. People are so friendly. There's Uppington. It's hot. It's hot. There it's very hot.
It's like desert country.
Yeah, but there's nice places to see if you drive more inland. little towns where the people do exceptional different types of things that makes their town famous for that. I know up here, one of my also favorite places close to the Kruger, it's between Graskop and Sabi, you get a place called Mac Forest Retreat. I love it there. They've got 3 big houses, the McLaughlin House, McFarlane, and I think the other one is the Patterson House. You can camp there or you can rent one of the houses. Some of the houses got like a little add-on chalet type of thing. If you're only 2 people, you can stay there. If you're 11 or 12 people, you stay in the bigger house. But the view, and there you've got the Mac Falls, the potholes. If you go to Graskop, you get, they're famous for their waffles and pancakes. Every second store there's a pancake store, but it's a nice little town. You've got God's Window to go to there,
Yes.
the Pinnacle. It's a small town, but it's big with scenery and the people's love that stay there.
Yeah, and the little town with Kugelpans and
Yeah,
the mining
Pelgrim's
equipment,
Rest.
Pelgrim's Rest, yeah.
Yeah, Pelgrim's Rest is also one. Well, then another big love for me is man. Let's go on something. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, but the point is there's a lot, especially in the bush. I mean, most of the country has got bush. The cities are surrounded by bush.
Yeah.
So this, and a lot of these game farm owners and bushveld owners, they do make a little retreat spot, whether it's only camping or they maybe put on 1 or 2 little chalets for people to go to, or they've got like next to a river, a small space, they'll do like trout fishing farms or trout fishing excursions, or you can just go sit next to the dam and fish, which is also pretty big. I mean, fishing is big in the country.
Yeah.
It's not my part of the thing, but it happens a lot.
There's Hartbeespoort.
Yeah.
Harties is also one of the big tourist attractions.
And that's also very local. And there you can do more like day excursions. I mean, you can go
there's
there.
white river rafting. There's all this.
There's the cable cars up to the mountain.
Yes, and there's not hawkers, what they call it, people with little structures next to the road. You can buy all kinds of South African shit
stuff there
to put above your fireplace.
And there's the zip lines where you can like through the trees and everything.
Swinging,
yeah, there's a lot of things there.
Yeah. Oh, they have that in Graskop, Sabi, at Harties as well.
There's a gin tasting thing where they make the gin as well, where they show you the process and you're tasting with all the other stuff.
At Van Galen, you can taste cheese.
Yeah,
and there's some routes that you can walk.
Very nice day excursions, very close as well. That's what makes it nice. And it's next to the dam as well. You can drive over the dam wall.
And it's affordable.
Yeah.
And one of the lekker restaurants in Harties is also Upper Deck.
Yes.
They make, I think, some of the best ijspijns ever. Lekker ijspijn. So Upper Deck is also one of the places that you most likely can visit, whether you're local or not. Upper Deck it's a lekker vibe. They have a band there singing and playing all the time. And you can eat lekker food there, pizza, ijspijn, whatever.
I mean, and even in the town, in Hartbeespoort itself, even if you're just passing through going, you can even drive across the dam. Or in the town, just right next to the road, there's a Wimpy, which is like a breakfast place. You can drive there, look at the dam, have a breakfast there, move along.
There's a zoo, a nice zoo as well.
Yeah, not super size. It's a medium size.
Yeah, but it's lekker. There's around Harties, there's a lot of excursions and stuff.
There's also that like pontoon boat thing where you can like go on the boats and then they take you on the dam and you can eat or drink something on it and so on.
I think that one broke. There were people partying too hard on it, and
that's also very possible.
I think it sank.
Very possible.
So I think they're busy repairing it.
Yeah, but it's there.
There's so much places, so much things that you can, and it's not expensive. It's all affordable stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there are expensive places, but in the majority, they do cater for South Africans, which is we're not one of the richest countries in the world, and not everybody can afford all these places. But if the places want to stay in business, they make it affordable for more people.
Yeah, hunting is obviously one of the biggest stuff that people want to come and do in South Africa. It's hunting. For me, the place that I know, but they don't cater for South Africans at all because of reasons. They only cater for people across the oceans. It's Limchroma safaris. They are, I think this guy won American Outfitter a few times now. For Americans, he's won the Outfitter in South Africa a few times. So if you want to come hunting, and he'll do everything. While the men are hunting and the wife wants to go to the Kruger, he'll arrange it, send you to the Kruger. If you want to go to Cape Town, he'll arrange it. He'll send you to Cape Town. If your wife wants to go for a vacation away from the bush a bit. So Limchroma for me it's one of the awesome places to go and hunt. Obviously, like I say, they don't cater for South Africans because of reasons. But if you're from America, Europe, wherever, I would suggest Limchroma. It's one of the best hunting destinations that you will come across. There's a lot. For me, I just know Limchroma and they are brilliant. Never had anything bad from them. Awesome. But yeah, fishing, I don't know. I don't do fishing much.
Yeah, I'm not really. I have fished in my life. I'm just not a fisherman type of person.
I fished for my keys that's locked in my car. But yeah, I'm not a big fisherman. But the West Coast is full of places to fish. I know Cape Town, there by Durban. So if you want to do ocean fishing, there's a lot. Dam fishing, there's a lot of places. There's Arties, Roodeplaat.
And with the ocean fishing there, I mean, there are a lot of excursions and people with boats that take you on deep sea fishing. I mean, that's cool. Where they could supply all the equipment and everything. So on. So there's a lot of excursions and
for 4x4ing, hunting, fishing,
off-roading,
camping, chaletting. But no,
there's a lot.
Can't say the naughty stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Something for everyone.
If you want to know the naughty hotspots,
contact
DM us. If you want a tour guide for that, DM us. We'll show you.
We know the country fairly well.
But in any case, I think that was a bit out of the negativity for us here as well.
Yeah, it's just fun talking about the good times and the good places.
Yeah. Well,
so while we can, we're going to do it.
And so hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Let us know. Hit a like.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Leave us a couple of comments there. If you know of other places in South Africa that we haven't mentioned or so on, talk about it. Mention it in the comments. People like to hear more. Yeah.
If you would like us to come and camp at your place and give it a review, we can do that as well.
Or we'll give it a review.
Yeah, we'll give a review. Like I said, I know Dube because it's affordable and it's close.
Yeah, especially the smaller places that's not as famous. We would really like to try those out. So if you know about the smaller places or you own the smaller places, contact us or leave some comments in the comment section, obviously, so we can get the word out. I mean, I think those places really deserve some attention. I mean, you get some really nice small places.
That doesn't advertise because it's no need. Because word of mouth.
That's the
gives them the client base that they need.
Or even of the newer ones that wants to get the word out.
Yeah,
please
let us know. We'll happily do that. Send us. Well, if it's not too far, we can come and visit. Otherwise, we'll give us a brochure and we can mention something.
If it's not that far, we can even make it a day thing. Just come through for the day, have a look around, video takes, some pictures and videos and so on. Get the word out. Definitely. Sounds like fun.
If you're going to Dube, they sell nice pizzas and slush puppies. Which if you add gin.
No, they didn't add the gin. You have to add it yourself.
Yeah, that's
very nice.
Okay, but in any case, we have we haven't mentioned about the hiking trails.
There's a lot of them
We
as
have
well.
so much hiking trails as well.
Hmm.
There's Visrivier Canyon or Fish River Canyon. There's Magubas Kloof. There's the Otter.
And those are the bigger ones, né?
Yeah,
I mean,
then we
smaller
have
hiking trails.
hundreds of smaller ones.
And that's just around the city here. You don't even have to go far. I mean, the one is like, how far is the Wonderboom hiking trail from here? 2 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's a crow flies.
There at Van Gaal Cheese Farm, there's nice one day or something hiking trail.
Groenkloof Nature Reserve in Centurion.
Groenkloof. Oh, there's one here just on the east side as well where you can take your puppies along and they can run with you or walk with you.
There in Menlyn.
Yeah, close to there.
Yeah.
No, so hiking trails as well.
There's a lot.
I hiked a few times, but it was on camping here in Brits. We were, but yeah, that was a different part of life.
Yeah, that's true.
But in any case, but thanks guys. Have a great day.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it's nice, open and sunny there where you are as well. If it's not, then it's miserable.
Yeah, in the northern half of the world, it's probably a lot more snow.
Yeah.
We've got a white Christmas coming.
Yeah.
We've got a hot Christmas coming.
Maybe I'm going to show the guys in Europe the sun because I know it's winter there now.
Yeah,
so they can just pause the screen.
Look at this, you see. T-shirts, shorts, South Africa. Over 30 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, I'll just show them the sun and they can pause the screen. They can have the sunny
screensaver.
Yeah, sun on the screen the whole day.
We'll get a mojito next time in the summer here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, bye.
Enjoy until next time.